Hello, Watem here, and welcome back to some more Umineko When Seagulls Cry. Let us continue. 2 billion yen, I believe.
ああ、俺たちは当初の見積もりの10倍も弾まれちまうことになる。そんだけあれば俺たちは十分だぜ。どうせ後ろ宮なんて名前に未練はねえんだ。喜んで売っ払ってやら。
10トンすべてを提供してくれるかはさすがに川山用だとしても、なるほど、私たちにとって魅力的な話になるわね。私たちはベアトリーチェなどというよそ者を弾き出すために兄弟同盟を組もうとしていた。しかし彼女の目論見がこうならば、私たち兄弟の団結はバラバラにされるわ。ええ、今こそはっきり断言できる。ベアトリーチェの手紙の目的は私たちの結束をかき乱すことなのよ。
Right. Actually, she might be closer to the truth than first thought. Maybe yeah, the goal might actually be to tear them apart, but not for that reason, I would think, at the very least. If the three younger siblings, who never had anything to do with the inheritance, were paid enough money to satisfy them, they would happily accept Beatrice as the next head. The moat had been dug all around Kraus. In that case, the negotiations would be a one-on-one between her and Kraus. He tried to look strong, but Kraus's financial and political situation was extremely weak. He might bluff in front of his siblings, but on the inside he was considering entering negotiations, depending on the sum of money involved. In order to bury his losses, Kraus had taken advantage of the fact that Kinzo had shut himself up in his room, and had embezzled Kinzo's personal assets. Therefore, when Kinzo died and the inheritance was distributed, Kraus's situation would probably be investigated. But if he gave up his seat as the head to Beatrice, she would also receive rights to the assets, and, as a result, the distribution of the inheritance to his siblings would not occur. In other words, Kraus's embezzlement might not have to be made known to the other siblings. Of course, the siblings were frightened of Kinzo, but it was doubtful whether they still actually respected him as a father. By this time, they each had their own families, their own wealth, and their own lives. Well, the first and the third, not the middle of those epithets, as if they were paid enough money in exchange for Okanjima, wreckage of Kinzo's dreams. There was a significant likelihood that they'd relinquish the Ishiromiya family name. In other words, Beatrice's victory was already guaranteed in this quote-unquote game. Not as the winner of Beatrice's game, but as the winner of Kinzo's game. Kinzo once ordered that the Epitaph be put on display, and until today, no one had solved it. So Beatrice, quote-unquote, solved it. In other words, this is less of a game and more like Beatrice's declaration of victory. However, Kyrie still thought there might be a catch. If this was a declaration of victory, Beatrice would only have had to display the gold openly and state her intent to buy the inheritance. And yet, she had gone to all this trouble, telling the siblings to try and solve the Epitaph. Why did she set up this new game, where she agreed to hand over all the gold and inheritance to the Epitaph solver? Kyrie tried spinning the chessboard around several times. She searched for the sort of ideal strategy Beatrice might be after, something that could lead to this kind of thinking. In the end, she reached a single conclusion. Oh? How wrong is it?
おごりなのかしら。
I mean, I think there is also that, but not from the way you're thinking.
あるいは遊び？
Yeah. She wants something interesting to get rid of her boredom, or to stave it off at least.
何の話？魔女は碑文を解いてみろと私たちに挑戦状を送ったわ。どうせ解けないだろうと高をくくってるでしょうけどね。でも何万分の1かの確率で 私たちが解いてしまう可能性もあるはず。何しろここにはお父さんの血を引く子供が4人もいるのよ。出題者の血縁者が4人も揃い、財産を奪われまいと死に物狂いで知恵を出し合ったなら、偶然にも謎が解けてしまうこともあるかもしれない。
The reason the witch had a superior position in negotiations compared to the siblings was that only she knew the location of the hidden gold. But if that hiding place was exposed to someone other than her, the witch's advantage would crumble.
つまり魔女の手紙に書かれている挑発文はベアトリーチェにとってリスクにしかならないのよ。確かに兄弟の連帯を分断するという効果はあったけれど、それを狙うためだけにわずかとはいえこのようなリスクを、私は不用心だと思う。でもね、ある種の感情を念頭に置いたとき、このリスクは理解可能になるのよ。
Which one, arrogance?
それがおごりだというの？ええ、そうよ。圧倒的な優位に立つと人はおごるわ。
Just like Beatrice.
すると敗者に対しその優位性をひけらかすために微小なリスクをわざと背負うことがある。適度なリスクは勝利の喜びを引き立たせるスパイスだもの。リスクなき勝利ほど退屈なものはない。
Maybe like doing a dubious play in chess.
わかるわ。私もそういうの好きだもの。
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
よくわかるわ。ベアトリーチェの手紙の真意をもっともらしくいろいろと解釈してみたけれど、実はこれが真実かもしれない。あの手紙の裏に潜む感情はおごりなのよ。おごり。難解な碑文がお前たちに解けるものかと私たちを見下して威張り散らしたいのよ。案外ひょっとすると碑文はお父さんじゃなく彼女が作ったのかもしれないわね。上等じゃないの。碑文の謎が解けるかですって。
もしも解いたなら私を当主にしてくれるのね。解いてやる。
And also have all the money you need to solve your problems.
魔女の挑戦を受けてやるわ。他の間抜けな兄弟たちに解けるものか。
Right. We were just talking about arrogance, weren't we?
私一人が解いて、私こそが後ろ宮家を引き継ぐにふさわしいということを証明してやるわ。
その挑戦乗ったわ。
I was just thinking, if, because I recently did the thumbnails for, well, all the previous parts up until now. One of them, I was looking near the end of the part and was talking about, yeah, it was with the new demon guy. I've forgotten his name already. Yeah, so we're saying that because battle is starting to surrender, Beatrice is able to gain more power. Does that mean that if Battle turns things around and gets less people to believe in Beatrice this time, he might be able to gain something? Gain some other thing as an advantage in the next episode?
私が謎を解いてやる。
I will admit I was not expecting that chatter. Possibility of a 19th person, oh, but in the witch's realm. Who shall we see? Lambda Delta?
なるほどな。魔女じゃなく
ベアトリーチェという名の愛人が島に存在していたわけか。つまり人間は18人以上いるということは、18人全員に不可能だから魔法犯罪であるという図式は崩せるわけだ。
I mean, there was always the possibility of a 19th person, which automatically removes the requirement that something impossible for all 18 people must involve magic. Huh? I'm confused by his reasoning.
これは大きい情報だぜ。
Is it? It's kind of where we were already at though.
失礼いたします。
Ooh, will we get something that helps contradict that? Please.
マトラ様、紅茶とクッキーはいかがですか？
Never mind. Berto's bustler, who called himself Ronove, appeared out of nowhere. The plate set on a silver tray that he held was filled with delicious-looking steamed black tea and cookies. I really don't like this guy's smile. I love it. For some reason, it doesn't look like a smile used to warmly greet a guest. It feels like he's mocking me somehow. I don't know if he really takes me for an idiot, or if it's just a joke or something, but it's really irritating me.
いらねえよ。
Ah, pity.
俺は今取り込み中なんだ。
It'll be good for your thinking.
放っておいてくれ。
Definitely.
おやおや、それは美味しく焼けたクッキーなのに、とても残念です。人間ごときにはもったいないくらいに素敵に焼き上がった。それは素敵なクッキーなのに。
Okay, I don't think this is the case. But what if... Because we've seen Lambda Delta, I think, probably having an effect on Eva. What if this is actually... Frederica Bernkastel. Yeah, what if this is actually Bernkastel and not Ronove? Alternatively, one thought I did have between parts I've forgotten until now. What if it isn't Lambda Delta, but it's actually Bernkastel pretending to be Lambda Delta, which might be why she's trying to get them to solve the riddle? Because as far as we know, that might be a requirement to actually beating the game. And so it might be that Bernkastel is trying to get everyone to work on solving the riddle. Alternatively, it is just Lambda Delta. Anyway.
気が向いたら食ってやるぜ。
Good answer.
その辺に置いて、とっととうせな。
さようでございますか。それではそのようにいたしますよ。冷めてからお召し上がりになって焼きたてを召し上がらなかったことを存分に後悔なされると良いでしょう。
Kind of passive aggressive there.
いちいちうるさいやつだな。まあ、耳元で気色悪くケラケラ笑うベアトのやつよりゃ数段マシだがよ。
いえいえ、まったく。お嬢様の笑い声は時折実に品がありません。それを聞くたびに、なぜ私ほどの高貴な悪魔があのようなものを主にしなければならないのか、理解に苦しむのでございますよ。
変なやつだな。そんなに嫌なら使えなきゃいいだろうが。
それでもなおお使いするのが家具の喜びなのでございますよ。それでなくては家具は務まりません。それはさておき、ゲームの方はいかがでございますか？
Why are you asking?
先ほど 良い情報を見つけたようなことを言われ、お喜びになられていたようですが。さてさて、どのような朝知恵が思いついたやら。
As Renove mocked me and giggled. He followed my earlier words literally and placed for black tea and cookies in a random spot nearby.
お方、19人目の存在に自信を深めたからでございましょう。よろしければ、ぜひご考説をお聞かせ願いますか。
It also doesn't prove the existence of 19th person, it just confirms the possibility of 19th person, which honestly doesn't say much. You confirm the possibility of something that you already knew to be possible. Hey, maybe there's a 20th person.
ああ、いいぜ。どうせベアトの前で改めて言うしな。隠す必要もないさ。いいか、この島に隠し屋敷があって、愛人を住まわせていたらしいんだ。
Except you haven't seen such a hidden mansion.
となりゃ、俺を苦しめてきた18人なのか19人なのかって疑問は簡単に決着する。
There is a number of people on this island greater than or equal to 18.
マトラ様は魔女を否定するくせに、18人の中にも犯人を求められないダブルスタンダードの袋小路に自ら追い込まれました。
魔女を否定する最も簡単な方法は18人の誰かを疑うことだ。18人全員のアリバイはそう簡単には揃わない。常に一人くらいはアリバイの脆い人間が生まれる。
I'm wondering, maybe he'll drop that condition by the end of this episode in order to keep going.
俺はそいつを生贄にすることで常に魔女を否定し続けることもできるだろう。しかしそれは断固拒否する。ああ、ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。18人はみんな俺にとって親たちや親戚たちやいとこたち。
What's your relation to the doctor then? And all of the servants? Are they all your parents, relatives, or cousins? I don't think so.
そして真面目だったり面白かったりする頼もしい使用人の人たちだ。
What about the doctor? He's not a servant.
俺はその人たちの誰を生贄にすることも許せない。
Nor a parent, a relative, or a cousin.
かつて俺はその決意があやふやだった。
And it will continue to waver.
だからその心の弱さをベアトに疲れたんだ。
自らの弱点を認め理解する、なかなかできることではありません。バトラ様は19人目が存在する説を槍にする。槍というよりは盾でしょうかな。
Yes. She would probably be more accurate. Because possibility of a 19th person cannot really be used to confirm anything. However, it can be used to defend against other possibilities.
いずれにせよ、これまでのゲームでの無策と違い、戦い方に指針を持たれるのは劇的飛躍と申せましょう。これでバトラ様は敬愛する18人を疑わずに存分に19人目を疑い、人間犯人説を追求できるわけでございます。
そういうことさ。最初のゲームのカノン君が殺されたボイラー室とか他にも。
Yes, he was killed in the boiler room, and he was also killed in a bunch of other places.
19人目が存在していたなら迷う必要なんかないトリックはいくつもある。
As long as the 19th person existed. In the very first game, Kanonkin was killed in the boiler room. One might think he was attacked by Kimisawa-san, who had gone down into the boiler room with him. Or maybe that someone who had appeared to be dead earlier was actually faking and had ambushed him. Either way, it was a move that forced me to suspect one of the 18. However, by simply proposing that a 19th person existed, there was no longer any need to suspect one of the 18 for that murder in the boiler room.
つまり18人の誰にも無理だからイコール犯人は魔女という図式だけは否定することができるわけさ。
Using this argument, it's easy to explain. For example, a problematic case that has already occurred in this game. Who gave Maria the letter? Even if all 18 people have alibis, I could easily explain everything by saying that a 19th person must have visited her and given her the letter.
ふむふむ。とても良い一手だと思いますよ。私だったらどう切り返しましょうか。
Saying in red that there was only 18 people?
たとえバトラ様が理解されたとしても、未だに弱点は健在。18人攻めは有効な手でしょうね。バトラ様の守りがどの程度か確かめる意味でも、改めてそこをつくのも面白いかもしれません。
ならどう来る？悪魔の執事。
バトラ様が刺された19人目の駒を迎え撃つのが妥当でございましょう。バトラ様は19人目にお会いしておりませんね。19人目が存在する証拠をお願いできますかね。
アメーゼ。もちろんその指し手で来るだろうことは読んでいる。
Yeah, he doesn't need to prove their existence, he just needs to have the possibility of their existence.
それは受け手をお願いいたします。
魔女だの悪魔だの、お前らにこれほどふさわしい一手はないぜ。
It's a devil's proof.
それがこいつ悪魔の証明さ。
When you try to make some claim to humans like us, we always counterattack by telling you to show some proof. Because that's a human move. But I'm fighting with a witch. I'm taking part in the battle with someone who isn't human. And some moves exist that can only be used in the game against a witch. There are cheap moves. And that's what this devil's proof is. Because it's impossible to prove. Well, it's impossible to disprove. Very possible to prove. Well, depending. If it is actually true or not. Let's assume that there's a hidden mansion on Rokkenjima, separate from the Ushiramiya family mansion. And that a woman named Beatrice lives there. In order to prove this, one must find this mansion and actually bring Beatrice out of it. That's called actual proof in the human world. However, if you follow the rules of the devil's proof, you can't deny that she exists even if there's no proof that she does. Because it's impossible to prove that something doesn't exist. Most of the time. Not always. There are ways, like, proof through negation is a thing. More so in mathematics and science. It's possible. And even then it's mostly through mathematics, even when it is for science. That's right. I'm finally able to turn the tables using this devil's proof, which tormented me so much before. So, yes. If I remember, I will put onto the screen some math symbols, but basically, you have... Yeah, there's two kinds of, I've forgotten the name of it, but yeah, two types of symbols of this kind. You've got an E for there exists, and you've got an upside down A, which is for all. Now, when you get into their negation, you get some interesting effects. So, not for all something is the same as there exists not something. The negation of that something. And vice versa. Not if it does not exist something, that means that for all of it, it is false. I'll probably be able to draw it and make more sense of it. So editor me hopefully has been paying attention and will give you a short maths lesson here. Anyway, that's right. I'm finally able to turn the tables using this devil's proof, which tormented me so much before. I think I said that, didn't I? Those guys were always trying to force me to accept the existence of witch with it. After all, it was physically impossible for me to show any proof. But witches don't exist, and deny Beatrice's claims. That's why I kept getting hit with a reckless argument that witches do exist. It was unable to counterattack. And that's why I'll spin the chessboard around right now. I can't disprove the existence of witches, for that means, if I suggest that a 19th human exists, you can't deny that either. In other words, because this problematic and mysterious mistress is craftily hiding herself, it'd be perfectly natural if you never found her, no matter how hard you looked. Didn't you try to use a, like devil's proof in the second part, and then Beatrice just went, red text. So, you can't say that your inability to find this 19th person proves that she doesn't exist. Therefore, it's impossible to deny the 19th person's existence. Beatrice used the devil's proof to make denying her own existence impossible. But this time it's become my weapon. If we can get away with this argument, then forget just a 19th person. This island could be full of people we don't know about. And even if there were 10 or 100 of them, we still couldn't deny that they existed. In the last game and the one before that, among the murder scenes that showed up, there were several that were extremely intricate and must have taken a lot of effort to set up. It's really hard to imagine a single culprit setting up all of those. However, if not just a 19th person, but 10 or 100 people were hidden somewhere, that wouldn't be any problem at all. Well, hiding them would be a bit of a problem. If they all split up for work, they could handle any job in a short period of time. Of course, doubts will naturally arise as to whether a large group of people like that could sneak around the mansion without being noticed. But those are all settled by the devil's proof. You can't deny that even 100 people were there just because they weren't seen or noticed. Even though I'm saying it myself, it's such a stupid argument, it makes me want to throw up. However, because it's such a dirty move, it's a perfect one to use against a witch. Well, this is just my imagination. What if about 100 suspicious men wearing goat masks were hiding in the shadows? Something like that's worse than laughable, almost like they're cockroaches. If you see one, it means there's 100 more hiding somewhere.
まあ、へりくつまみれの暴論だとは思うぜ。相手が人間だったなら、寝言を言うなと怒鳴られるところだろうよ。だが、俺の相手は魔女だ。そして、俺たちがやってるのはそういう勝負なんだろう。どんな暴論であろうとも、人間で説明をつけ、魔女を否定する。とにかく、この一手で俺は、二度と親しい18人のみんなを疑わなくて済む。
Until you do.
俺は二度と、前回の失敗は繰り返さない。
Okay, I really want Beatrice to just let him keep doing this, really build himself up, and then she can just go later on, oh yeah, by the way, there's only 18 people on this island. No text. Although, to be fair, it would be possible that there had been 19 people, and then one of them is no longer on the island anymore. That would still meet with a text. Although she could say that since you arrived on this island, there have been only 18 people at a time.
なるほど。前回の失敗を学ばれているのですね。良いことですよ。さすがに3度もゲームを重ねると容量が良くなるものです。まずは自陣の守りを固める。実に堅実な処方です。なかなかの妙手と思いますよ。
まあ、19人目の人物を仮定したとしても、 マスターキーの本数などのように何人人間を増やしてもクリアできないトリックも残ってる。
And yeah, I'll do a bit more.
しかしとりあえずの初手としては悪くないはずだ。
Yeah, and on that note of first steps, I'll leave it there for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.